Hi, everybody. Can you hear me now? Where are you coming from today? Please put it in the comments. We have such a special treat this Friday. What a Friday. What a beginning of the month. I have so many news to share. Welcome all. Let me know from your comments where are you joining us from. I know we have even international guests today. What an honor to have you. And as I always say, and until you have it like tattooed in your brains, there are only three C's in CoLiving. And for you, early investors, mature investors, curious investors, realtors understanding what the hell CoLiving is. CoLiving is the combination and the perfect balance of the three C's, which are cost, community, and convenience. When you have a product that is too costly and not convenient enough, you won't have really good clients. If you have a product that has great cost and you have no community, people won't stay. And if you have a product that has a lot of community, but is very costly or is not convenient, people won't stay either. So always you have to have the right balance between the three C's. And let me tell you that in my trip to Houston this weekend, looking for sites to build, I visited actually four CoLiving operators, and I really saw in practice the balance of the three C's right there and then. And why is that? And I'll tell you a little bit more in a minute. First, introduce the host. My name is Clara Arroyave. How good are you rolling your R's? I've been in CoLiving for about almost 10 years now. And this is me, about 40 pounds ago, starting my first CoLiving arbitrage project here in Boston, 2017, I think is this photo from, 18. And I started with 2 apartments, and I grew my operation to $42 million in assets under management here in Boston that were grow in a mixture between just pure greed and acquiring an operation that went down, and the Bedley guys. And as an immigrant, I saw really how complicated it is to have accessible housing in a city, in a crowded city like Boston. And when COVID came, I did a big bunch of my residents, because of how my product was designed. They moved back to their countries. I mean, COVID was a tremendous event. And I was able to structure the portfolio, and I give it to my competitor so he could keep running with it. He has way more funds. So I went back to to unemployment lines and start my career from scratch. Fast forward to today. Now I'm one of the most sought after CoLiving top leaders, a speaker. And I've been in the CoLiving conference and was a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago in Atlanta in the CoLiving for Women event. And I'm very, very proud and excited to announce that in 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be in Nashville. Sorry, Atlanta, no, Nashville. With the one and only Pace Morby. Pace, hola Pace, where is Pace? Right there, Pace, and Atticus LeBlanc, which is the CEO of PropStream. So I'm sharing the stage with them. So what a fantastic honor. And with Bill Fayed, which is one of the OGs on the short-term rental investment. So it's really an event for investors across Nashville, not only Nashville, but in all that area. We expect it's a free event. So if you're in the area, let me know, and I'll send you the link so you can register it for free. They expect about 1,200 people in that event. So that allows me to be your favorite coach here today, and start by checking what I was discussing before about Houston and the right amount of cost, community, and convenience, and when you have a good product, people really stay. And based on my script for today, or what I wanted to discuss with you today, before you go more further, I want to share a couple of news in the area. That's okay. News, window, comment. There you go. So if you happen to think that CoLiving is something new, that no one else heard about it, that is your something like niche, well, I invite you to think again. CoLiving has been around the world for a long time, and we in this country, we are just in the baby steps. And we are, in this case, not unlike any other industries, really far behind compared to the rest of the world. In Singapore, CoLiving is already a 1.4 billion investment market, attracting really big pockets. So there is a lot of times for us to go. And so look at this. This is numbers in Singapore. So conversion from CoLiving and stabilized CoLiving. So the numbers is not only, as you can see here, and again, not only they do students, but they also offer community, but now big pockets, institutional investments with checks over $50 million are entering that market. And even the government is getting into CoLiving in Singapore. So what this means is, hey, you're not alone. You are a trailblazer. So thank you for coming. And I hope from this today you learn that is a lot of space to go, a lot of opportunity in real estate. And it's not only past please focus or 40,000 a year and less focus. The market is way bigger than that. And I want you to think really big in what does this mean for you as an investor, and what does this mean for you when you want to learn something about co-living. And also, let me see if I can share this tab. There you go. There are two reports that I want to share again, because opportunities all over if you know when to look for it, right? I have many investors that say, co-living, what the hell is that? And many people have been doing co-living, so you don't know something until someone teach you. And that's my job here today, is just to teach you. There are certain cities in the country that really have struggled in their downtowns with their office spaces. And in this case, I have a mix between news between Phoenix and Chicago and LA and many other cities that have fantastic spaces that can be converted that can be offered for co-living. In this case, we have Phoenix, and with a really good story and what are the price and what is important for them to convert, and why the cities are interested. And the cities are interesting because they need to revitalize downtown, and young people cannot pay or afford the rent in cities like Phoenix, in cities like Denver, in cities like Boston, right? In cities like Chicago, look, home created with 25 million in public subsidies. So comparison on office conversion co-living units with a studio supported by public subsidies in Phoenix, newly built studios, 116, co-living apartments, 294. So the numbers just work, and it's more sensitive and it's more interesting for them to revitalize a downtown that starts from scratch, given the cost burden that we have. So opportunities there if you are creative and you know what to look for. So next link, this is, oh, beautiful. Share this tab. This is a beyond the story. I'm again happy to share all these links about how to convert from a single space and the cost and the space into a co-living unit. So why? Because vacancy in office continues to be in the rise. The going back to the office is not happening as many of us know. And a render of a potential co-living place that used to be an office is very feasible if you know how to look and where to look and what to look for. And this is an example of a plane. So what they do is they put all the rooms around, and they only have 2 or 3 areas centered on the buildings for shared kitchens and shared bathrooms. So everything else is private, and they have kitchens in here in single units, and then they have the laundries, and then they have all the restrooms and showers in a different area. So if it's possible, yes. If this is, and you're gonna say, oh, I will never live there. Well, guess what? This is not for you. You are not the product. I hear that all the time. Oh, who will live there? A lot of people will live. That is not necessarily you. You need to have the vision to think about how to do this in the future for other people. So without further ado, and I think I have one more just to finalize that part. Yes. Okay, yes, share this tab. This one. How can co-living, from office to co-living, help solve the housing crisis? And we're talking about Chicago and Washington, D.C. And I think they have a really big more, there you go. The same map everybody has, kind of same but different map. So why? This one is better. Let me see if I can put a bigger option plus. No. So Chicago is already doing this a little bit. So again, and they have all the common areas. So there is not significant conversion because all the common areas, showers and kitchen and center, but the units are all across. So when you start stacking the numbers, it really makes sense. So just food for thought, you guys. Why? Because today, where is the stop sharing? We have a tremendous guest, as I promised to everybody. Ari from PropStream is here, and she is coming to give us a whole very detailed tour on how to use PropStream, because if you are here, you get 30 days free of PropStream on us. Woo! What is the clapping sound? Clapping sound. Ari, welcome. It's an honor for me to have you. This partnership, it really means a lot for us. Very happy to have you. You have the floor.
Thank you so much, Clara. I really appreciate that. I mean, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited for y'all. I've heard of co-living. I will say personally, from the PropStream's perspective, I think how Clara was explaining that even though co-living has been, a part of the industry for longer than, you typically notice, I think it's a very untouched market here in the US. As
Yeah.
people who come in as users, I don't hear it very often, so I think it's going to be like how you said, Clara,
On the
all
rise.
y'all are the trailblazers. Yes, y'all are the
Yeah.
trailblazers here in the US, and I think it's such a creative way to really tackle the market, be able to keep your leads fresh, be able to keep, making profits, right? And helping people. Because
Yeah.
that's what it is at the end of the day, right? That yeah, maybe co-living is not necessarily for you, but that doesn't mean that it can be a dream come true for someone else, right? It
Yeah.
means housing, it means a safe space for someone. And I think it's really amazing that y'all are going to be able to give back to the community, to be able to provide that housing, to be able to provide that type of living, of community, of safe spaces. So congratulations on, attending this and starting that journey, because that's the biggest step, is starting, right? So without further ado, let me get into the software and we can start talking about how you can use it to find those leads and to change lives. So here we go.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yes. So here I have an example already kind of pulled up. If you aren't familiar with PropStream, no worries. Here is our search page. This is where you can search for the markets you're interested in and utilize our filtering system to then niche down, look for those, leads and opportunities that you can utilize for those co-living spaces, right? So,
Ari,
uh-huh.
sorry, if you don't mind me, interrupting you for a second. Can you start with explaining to everybody what ProStream is and
Oh,
why,
yes, of course.
right? And then
Yeah. Perfect, perfect. See, claro. So with PropStream, we are a, I like to say that we are a mix of three big components. So we are for finding leads, we are for property analysis, and for outbound marketing. So this software is where you can really streamline all of your business needs, right? From the get-go of trying to find those leads, trying to niche down and find those opportunities for yourself, to then be able to carry on to that property analysis and be able to see if a property is a good fit for you, for your business, right? Got to make sure that you're going to maximize your profits for that particular subject property. And then once you're ready and you decide you want to go in and look out for those leads, contact them, right? You can skip trace to find that information of the contacts. You can then outbound market with our marketing tools. So I think it is a very well-rounded product that is going to help you every step of the way through that process in your real estate business. So that's the very quick summary of PropStream. I could definitely go on for hours, but for the sake of time, yes, that is the majority of what we do here, and we do have a support team. So if you ever have questions, you can definitely reach out, and they're more than happy to answer those. And like Glad said, you get that free 30-day trial. So definitely take advantage of that, because online we offered a 7-day trial. So Glada definitely has a good offer for you there. But yeah, like I was saying, so here when you first log in, you're gonna see that search page. This is where you can check for those markets, right, of interest. You can open up the filtering system by clicking on the filter button. And here, like I was saying, I have a search pulled up already as a co-living example. I put it in Los Angeles, as you can see here, as my market of interest. And for the co-living leads, what you're wanting to do is, wanting to find a property that fits the needs that you need for the co-living space, right? You want multiple rooms, multiple restrooms. And then also, you're going to want to look for homeowners that have motivation to sell, right? So you're going to build that situation in your filtering system, essentially. So, for example, I went into property details. I specified, okay, with co-living, it is going to be multiple tenants sharing a single property, right? So maybe here we could utilize a single family home. Here we can then specify that we want 4 bedrooms or more, 2 bathrooms or more. You can even utilize year built if you want. Um, Little tip here is that, with newer builds, there's going to be less maintenance, but with older builds, it's going to be more valuable, or have more value. And then from there, I also highly recommend the PropStream Intelligence tab because here, this is going to be where the AI algorithm is going to help do the work for you. And I mean that in the sense that with the property condition, for example, this is the AI learning algorithm looking at the MLS photos for you and pushing out on a grading scale the condition of the property because more than likely, you're not going to want a Reno job on your hands, right? You're not a fix and flipper. You're coming in, you want a co-living deal. Whether you're the investor that yourself or if perhaps you're an agent helping the investor find a lead, you're definitely going to want to make sure it's rent ready. So here with the property condition, what I did is for my minimum, I put average. That way it's average to then even up to luxury. You can definitely change it as you need to or as you want, but I just put that there as the example because I'm just thinking, okay, well, I just want to make sure that the property is rent ready, right? Then from there, what you can also check out is the MLS category as well. If you want to get ahead of the competition, go off market. Because that's what's great about PropStream too, is that our database is compiled of both public records and MLS data. So with that public records in our database, you are able to look and search for off-market opportunities. That way you can get ahead of the competition, right? You don't have to do a bidding war or any of that stress. You're going to be able to contact those homeowners first. So, highly recommend that off-market filter if you're interested in off-market opportunities. And then we do have other filtering systems here, such as pre-foreclosure and bank own. If you're looking for, again, a motivated seller, financial distress, that's going to be a huge motivation to sell, right? They're not going to want to deal with that. And that's going to be able to be in a situation where it benefits the both of you. For the home owner, that they want to get rid of that stress. And then for you as the buyer to be able to alleviate that, be able to obtain that new property in your portfolio, right? And then, oh, another good example here, owner information occupancy. A good way to check out motivated sellers is the property owner occupied or not, right? If it's not owner occupied, that means they're not even living in there. Maybe it's a hassle for them. They're not getting homestead. They're having to pay um, more property taxes on that, right? Especially if it's vacant and you put yes, if it's a vacant property, it's a rental that they don't even have rented out right now. They're paying for a mortgage, they're paying for property taxes on something that's not even benefiting them at this point, right? So just think of different ways of how you want that homeowner's situation to be so it can benefit you and them, right? So that's just another example. And then also, of course, if you want to just work with individual homeowners, you can do that here. And then, for example, again, another financial distress situation. If they have any liens, that's going to be something that they want to get away from, right? They want to just cut their losses. They want to be able to get out of this house, get out of this stressful situation. And that's where you come in, right? Whether you're the agent that's going to help the investor and that homeowner, or you're the investor themselves and you can contact them one to one, right? So this is just, again, examples of how you can utilize the filtering system to really niche down and look for those co-living opportunities, right? And so once you utilize the filters you're happy with that situation you've created, you can then look at the results here on the map. That way you can check out which areas are with those co-living situations or, opportunities. I would definitely recommend, with co-living, that's going to be where you're going to want to do a little bit of research, right? Because you're going to want to know where are the high rental areas of this market of interest, right? Where are the, for example, like where are colleges? Where are job centers? Where are going to be other places that are going to have the high percentage of renters? Because they're going to be the ones that are going to be occupying your co-living spaces, right? It's not going to be the people who want to buy homes. It's not going to be the people that want an apartment for themselves. It's going to be the people that need to fit, that you're going to fit their needs, right? With the co-living situation or the co-living space. So once you do that research, right? I mean, I'm not from Los Angeles, but from here, I can do a little digging. I can go in, check it out here, survey the area, right? I can see that around here, it looks like a lot of them are in this area. It looks like it's kind of downtown near some of the different eating places. Again, check out the market, do your research. Once you're done with that and you're interested in looking at the properties themselves, you can click on the map cards. Here's going to give you a snapshot of that property. It's going to give you some characteristic information, even other qualities such as like the estimated equity, average comps, and more. If you want to check out the MLS photos yourself, you can do that here with this picture icon. That way you're able to see that in a bigger view. Check out those MLS photos, see for yourself, is this a place that I can really envision turning into a co-living habitat, right? And then once you're done and you're ready to save these properties, you can do so over here on the right-hand side. You just bulk select at the top, click on Actions, and then Save. And here with this pop-up, you can either add to a pre-existing marketing list or create a new one and be able to name it, right? So for this one, I can put LA co-living opportunities. And then just like that, I can hit save, and that'll save these results as a marketing list in your account. And then you can find that here in the navigation bar with the My Properties tab. And just like that, you'll go in, click on that marketing list you just saved, and here you'll see a spreadsheet to the right. This is where you're going to see all that lovely property data, right? The MLS and public record data. And here you're always able to scroll with the scroll bar at the bottom. If it's ever too overwhelming, folks, no worries. You can always click on this gear icon, and that way you can choose which data sets you want to be able to check and look at here with the spreadsheet to the right. Just make sure to click apply and save. That way you can save those changes. But like I was saying before, from here, PropStream is not just about lead gen. It's about helping you through every step. Here you can then skip trace to find contact information of these homeowners, right? Because next logical step is you're going to be contacting them. You want to start building that rapport, right? So from here you can skip trace, and that's going to help you find that contact information. So you can bulk select up here, click on this option, new campaign, and then skip tracing. And then as you can see here, the skip trace window appears. With just 3 easy step, folks, you can then skip trace your list. And once you do so, you can find that list in your contact section here in the navigation bar. So we'll go to contacts, and then I'll just pull up an example real quick. So here for this Phoenix tax delinquencies, I ran the skip trace, and you're able to see different phone numbers, right? You can see it in different categories such as mobile, landline, and even other. And then even emails as well of these homeowners. So that way you have different ways you can contact them and again start building that relationship, right? Start building that rapport. And with the skip tracing with PropStream, you do get DNC scrubbing included. So that is for the do not call registry. So that way, for those who, you want to make more informed decisions about how you want to contact them, that way you're able to see which ones are DNCs or not. And another benefit is that with the phone numbers here, it is categorized or in descending order from most recently tethered to least recently tethered. And the reason we did that is so we can help y'all reduce that caller fatigue or that texting fatigue. And that way you're able to really get in contact with the homeowner, right? Because even though all of these are tethered to them, one is going to be, their most recent one or their current one, right? So we want to make sure that we set you up for success and we included that little benefit there in for y'all. And so with these contact um, skip trace lists, you are welcome to export it outside of your account as well. You can do so by bulk selecting or check marking the particular homeowners you want to export out. And then just come up here to the upper right hand corner. You're going to click on export. And that way you can save this list as a CSV file onto your device. And you can share it with, perhaps your virtual assistant, your partner, or you can even put it into a dialer perhaps, or, another third party software, right? But if you want to keep using PropStream, we do have those outbound marketing tools that I was talking about earlier, right? Here you can go to the campaigns tab in the navigation bar. And then this is where the marketing magic occurs because we do have three different marketing tools you can utilize here. So here, let me pull up an example. So for the first one being the landing page, it is completely free. So for any of those who, maybe you don't have any room right now in your budget to spend on marketing, this could be a really good way to get those homeowners to learn more about you and your business. You can, put this URL link in your socials perhaps. You can broadcast it on your posts, right? And with this, you're able to put in information about your business, what you do, what you can offer them with your services. And then here at the bottom, you do get a contact form. And that way, for any visitors that visit your landing page, if they want to reach out to you, they can fill out that contact form, and then you'll receive that form via email from PropStream. And then that way, you're able to get their contact info, their message, their name, and you can start building that relationship, right? And, who knows, land a deal, right? But we do have two other tools here with PropStream in the marketing section. So the other one being the email campaigns. These are going to be, again, very budget friendly. They're only 2 cents per email that are delivered. So any that, bounce or are not delivered, you don't pay for those. It's only for the ones that are. And again, just 2 pennies, right? Very, very budget friendly. And it's the same thing here. You'll edit the same way you did with your landing page. You're able to put in your logos, any images, information about you and your business. And then that way you can send them out either immediately or in a specific timed schedule. So like maybe you don't want to send it out today. You want to send it out on Veterans Day and it has a specific Veterans theme. You're more than welcome to do so. And then lastly, we do have our postcard campaigns. Those are going to be a la carte as well. It will be based on bundle size and postcard size as well, but you will be able to see that whenever you go in and process that. That way you can make an informed decision about how you want it to be in terms of your budget, right? So yet again, another very budget-friendly marketing tool you can use here with PropStream. So definitely check out the campaigns section here on your navigation bar. But the last thing I would really like to highlight for y'all folks, because I know, whether you're an agent helping the investor find those co-living spaces or you're the investor yourself, definitely go into your particular marketing list that you created. And if there's a particular property that you're interested in, you can click on that address and this is going to open up the property details page. This is a really, really powerful tool. I highly recommend going in here if you want to learn all about the property in and out, because this is going to have that MLS property, that public record property data as well. And here you're able to see the situation of the property and the homeowner. And I mean that in the sense that, as for example, you can see the value of it, the way it goes from as far back as 5 years. You can check out the opportunity, Here with our tabs, you can also check out the nitty-gritty details, is what I like to call it, because you can really check out the property characteristics, right? From the zoning to even like the construction type. Whereas here with our if applicable details, you can learn more about the situation of the homeowner, right? So such as like lien details, the mortgage, here in terms of finding comps, we do have a comping tool. This is a really powerful tool because here you can then look for those comps, see what you're able to offer this homeowner. That way you can get a good deal for both sides in terms of acquiring whenever you're in an acquisitions phase, right? And definitely check out the other tabs too, folks, because that's really going to help you through that property analysis and market analysis, such as like our demographics tab and even the documents and reports or even tax information. So it's a very powerful tool here with the property details page. I always like to highlight this because it is an amazing tool, and you can always click print up here, and that'll give you a CMA report. It's a comparative market analysis, and that way it can help you through that property analysis as well. But I don't want to run over too much time. I want to make sure if there's any questions or anything else Clara wants to touch on, I would love to hear that.
Sure. Now we have a question in the comments. So Ari, it's from James. He says, does PropStream have every house that's listed on MLS? I have used other services, and in my area, Zillow had 300 houses listed, but the service I was using had only 60 houses. Also, how much is it keep tracing, and we can filter multifamily?
Yeah, okay, perfect. So thank you so much, James, for those questions. That's a great question, the first one, especially with the MLS data. Because here, what I like to explain is that with our MLS data, it is nationwide. We are able to get the MLS data from different MLS sites and brokerages. The thing is, though, is that it does work with an IDX syndication. So what that means is that if a broker or a brokerage or an agent decides that they don't want to include their update onto that IDX syndication, then at this time we aren't able to get that particular update or that listing. So at this time, no, it's not every single listing that is currently on the MLS. I will be, transparent about that. But we're working hard. We're making sure we're making those connections. And I really hope that in the near future, we're able to say that, yes, it is every MLS listing. But for now, it is based on that IDX indication. And then how much is skip tracing? Well, if I don't know if y'all noticed it, but with my skip trace window, it does say free skip tracing. So that is for anyone who's on the Pro or Elite plan. If you are on our basic plan, which is called the Essentials plan, you do have the ability to get the Lead Automator add-on, and that does come with the benefit of free skip tracing. If that's something skip tracing is something that's very important to you or you use it a lot, I highly recommend adding the lead automator to your account on the essentials plan because it gives you that benefit of free skip tracing and then lead automation and other benefits as well, such as postcard discounts. For the essentials plan, it is going to be 10 cents per contact, but you're going to only pay for the data and not the process itself. So if like, for example, if any contacts do not come back with any contact information, you won't be billed for that. It's only for the contact information that does come back. And then, yes, you are more than welcome to filter for multifamily. Just go here in the filter menu, then you can go to property details, and then I would click on residential, and here you can check out the different multifamily property types. Yeah. Thank you, James.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Ari, for your answers. Does anybody have more questions before we go to the second part? No more questions so far. If more questions, let me know. So now, Ari, you get to see my calculator. And how do I
Perfect.
do underwriting deals? Does anybody has a property that wants to be underwritten for multifamily? excuse me, for co-living. See, I got stuck in the multifamily. Do we have an address that someone want to look at? I'm looking for now. I don't see any. Going once, going once. Hold on. If it's skip tracing is included on in this 30-day trial. I don't know. Is it?
So the 30-day trial is going to be the essentials plan. So that would be 10 cents per contact.
Okay, 10 cents. Oh, wow. So $1 for 10 contacts. Not bad at all. All right. Okay, I see one address in Atlanta. So let's check it out. Don't be mad at me, but I'm going to open Zillow for 1 second to see what we have here. And if you don't mind, let's compare that with PropStream so we can completely analyze the property. You see the address in there?
Yes, I do. Let me go get that.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm going to put the purchase price here so we can see what's going on with that property. Because that's the magic. Knowing really what's going on with a property, right? And if you really like that purchase price, 345.74, it's actually pretty much done for co-living. You don't need to do anything else. Look at nice living room. Oh, the kitchen is really good. Bedrooms are large. 4 bathrooms. I wonder if it used to be a past and then it moved out. Because 4 bathrooms is like already done, you know? And College Park. Are you serious right now? Really good space here for parking as well.
Yeah, it's like a golden nugget.
Pretty much. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. And
Do you want me
yeah,
to share my screen?
yes. And then I'll share mine. But right now I want to see, oh, yeah, fantastic. Okay, yeah, please share your and then I'll share my numbers. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I pulled up the address that
Mm-hmm.
they put in the chat. What I did is, so we look it
Can,
up, right?
yeah,
Then
can you
you
share
can,
the screen?
oh yes, oh my bad. Let me
It's
see.
okay.
There we go. Okay, perfect.
Yay. All right.
Okay, so I searched the address. We can go click on details here on the
Uh-huh.
right-hand side. That way we
Yeah.
pull up the details page. And
Mm-hmm.
now we can check out all this lovely information, right? We can check out the PropStream intelligence, the condition. Then what I recommend is checking out the MLS details if you're looking at
Mm-hmm.
that MLS data. Here it's showcasing the
Oh,
current
it's pending.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy it? All
Me
right.
right now, yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
Oh no, and here, like I said, with the MLS details tab, this is going to show the current listing, so it's showcasing all the data that it has from that listing, right? And here
Mm-hmm.
you can even get the agent information if you want to contact them about it. Here
Mm-hmm.
with their contact information, even the office information. And then down here at the bottom, it'll also showcase the listing history of that particular property. So it looks
Yep.
like this one. Looks like it started being listed on August 2022.
Yeah, but that looks more like a rental, no?
Let me see.
In
Oh,
2025.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here, yeah,
20.
definitely. Good catch. Definitely look at the price. Make sure to see what that's what I love about data is that you're able to see what has
Everything.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah. Well,
So
this one needs nothing. I mean, to make it a very nice co-living is already done. I don't see any bad stuff in the property. Can you? Like, meaning, I don't see any delinquencies, just not owner occupied, more like an investment. It used
yeah,
to be
there's no open liens, no open mortgages. Let's see, we can look at there was a cash sale.
in 2022. I guess it was bought in 22 and then reconverted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, that you can tell. And I don't see any like drama going on. I mean, it's like ready to go for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But that also means for you as an investor, even though it's ready, that you have very little room to negotiate because you have zero investment on renovations. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something important for you to know. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the comps for a property like that in the area? They're about the same, what I can see, right?
Yeah, 284.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do. I'm just gonna play around. There was a 7-4.
Yes.
Property type, it was residential.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely always you want to come in here, use the data set you want to
Yeah.
use. Also make sure that if you're in a non-disclosure state, I'd go the MLS route because that
Yep.
public record is not going to be available.
Yep.
And then choose that data set, choose the filters you want. I always like to have a little pro tip here is that if you're in a rural area, I grew up in the country, I'd recommend building that distance because half a mile is usually the same property or the same parcel. So you can always like expand it there. Maybe you don't want to do half a mile, you want to do a mile. You can do that to look at the comps at a better glance.
Okay. So thank you, my friend.
Of
So
course.
now I'm going to share my screen.
There
Okay.
you go.
I'm going to tell you how to price this property for the co-living. All right. So that's where my magic comes in. So number one, what is this price going for in and is the zip code good for pass split, right? Because Atlanta is the heart of pass split. So is this good for pass split? So let me share. So you go to pass split, right? You go to pass split, then you go to dashboard, then you go to resources, where to buy next, and then you put the zip code for College Park. I think it's this zip code 3371. Yeah, College Park. Okay, see, oh wow, really good zip code. What does this data tell us? They have 57 units, almost $200 in shared bathroom. That's the number we're gonna use. Almost 300 with private bathroom. 94% occupancy is really, really high. So that's great for you as an investor. 7 days to first booking and 14 days to 80%. I mean, take my money. It's really good. Okay, now let's do price. So if the price is 200 per week, so now we're gonna be like around 800. So let's share this tab and do some numbers. So the price is what, 345? Closing cost will be about 7,000, which is about 2%. And you're gonna use a DSCR loan, so 20%. And the area is growing, but not to 3, maybe 2. And property taxes will be like a $3,000 around, and insurance about 1,500. And you have no repairs. It's just ready to go. Zero renovation. Zero renovation, sorry. Zero renovation and around 12,000 in furniture. Why? Because you only have 7 rooms, right? 7 rooms, yes. You can even make an 8. Let's make it an 8 because you had 4 bathrooms. If you have 4 bathrooms in there and you have about, what's the rent that we say? 800. So let's do 850 because the property is very large compared to the 2,700 rent, sorry, that you could take in the regular market, right? 10% vacancy. You have to bake in always the vacancy. Sorry, 10. If you're going to do pass split and a third-party property manager, you need 16%. 8 for pass split and 8 for the third party. And 8 times 8, 64. For utilities, here less. 10% maintenance. 10% maintenance. All right. And with that, we grow on numbers and we say, go and calculate. Okay, it's okay, but it's not great. Meaning, annualized return is 20%. Cash on cash 17. It's not that bad. Cap rate 10%. Annual net operating income $36,000 and annualized net $15,000. That's a little over $1,000 per month in this property. And if you were to have it as a long-term rental, you will be losing money. Given that space, what I will do is add 2 more rooms, make it 10 bedroom, 4 bathroom, which is still a good range. And that gives us an annualized of net income over $2,000 net for you once you own this property, because you have absolutely nothing to do, and you will have, in terms of reparations and renovation, it's a very desirable market, and you will get more than $2,000 a month. So 28 divided by 12. How much is 28 divided by 12? Can someone put that in the comments? My math is not as good when I'm in the... So it's like over 2,000, 2,400, something like that. Is it? Am I right? Am I correct? All right. So when you do things like this, when you are all the time analyzing properties, and I love PropStream, and thank you, Ari, for being here and helping us, getting all the deeds on the properties. And that's when I tell my students, you have to do your due diligence. This is exactly what I mean. Due diligence is digging down, not always was just the CLO is telling you, but what PropStream is telling you. What is it is any issues that we should take into account. It is any issues, any drama, any liens, that give you a better opportunity as an investor. This property is great. It seems a great value. No renovations to make. I will just make it bigger, make sure that you can bake a little bit more space and have a really nice product in there based on the demand. Because Passport is telling us that everything that you put in there is going to sell. So I will go for it. No questions asked, and just try to optimize the room value ratio in a manner that is comfortable for your clients. So if you really want to do this seriously, and I'm going to just close the Ariane again, thank you for coming. If you really want to do this seriously and you want to own by January your first property in 2026, there is only one skill that you really need to know more than anything else, and even more than money, is how to underwrite, how to do the numbers correctly. Because if you do the numbers wrong, look, the mortgage is not as much. It's just 17 thesis or the mortgage. But you need to make sure that you pay this number every month and that you're okay with your expenses because you have enough cash flow here for you to cover, and enough net income and enough cash flow. How do you know that? Doing the numbers, doing the underwriting, and learning how to do this. You make one bad decision, not only your money is lost, but a little bit of sleep, maybe a little bit of hair will be lost. So I don't want you to lose hair. I don't like losing my hair or my sleep. Neither do you. So for this, I built something. And I built a 3-hour live class in not this Saturday, but the next one, on the 15th, that I'm going to hand you this calculator, and you already will have PropStream. And we're going to go deep dive in how to do real numbers together from zero. Imagine you know nothing, and you're going to come and you're going to leave with confidence and with clarity in how to do this correctly over and over again. It's not theory, it's me in a screen going one by one, showing you numbers, showing you the math, and the go, no go decision every time that matters. Because you need to know from the beginning if the deal is going to be good or not. And it's not a gut feeling, it's not an emotion, it's absolute actual numbers. How to price the rooms, how to price your product, how to see the cash flow before you even raise the phone call and make an interest offer, like zero numbers first. So how to avoid deals that are going to drain you your hair and your sleep. And it's not $1,000 seminar or something like that. I'm like the most nice people on air, and not only your favorite CoLiving coach, but also the most hilarious. And in the comments, I'm going to put the link right here. And it's only, I believe, it's like only, no, no, it is BDD. $89. So for $89, you're gonna live with the calculator, and you already have PropStream, and you're gonna live with all the knowledge that you need to crush deals in 2026. I would love for you to join me, and if you have questions, let me know. It's really a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer because there is no one out there giving you a tool that is thousands of dollars like PropStream, and not 7 days, for the 30 days. Why? Because I care. I care if you are successful, we are all successful. We bring more solutions to this housing crisis that we have. This is not going to get any better. We have people without food and people losing their jobs. Where are they going to go? I want you to be part of that solution and join me and have certainty that you're doing the right thing as an investor and as a lender and as a mortgage broker and as a realtor. Come to the class, live with the tools so you have that confidence. That's all my offer here today. Again, if you have more questions, put it in the comments. But this was a fantastic webinar, fantastic seminar. And I'm happy that you have all these that you have all these tools. $89. I can. All right, share your emails with us. So there is the link for the webinar. Just register, and I'll see you next Saturday. Ari, thank you. Ari, thank you for coming. Do you have questions for me?
No questions. More so just giving you flowers because again, I think it's amazing the work you're doing. I like I said before, y'all are the trailblazers
Yeah.
for co-living, and I think y'all are gonna change lives for the better. I really do because not everyone can or wants to move into a house, move into an apartment, right? I think this is gonna really be the betterment of America. I really do. And I think it's awesome to be here in the forefront with y'all, and I'm very honored to be here with y'all today. So thank you, Clara, again for
High
having me.
five. Woo, high five. High five, people. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here today. This was a fantastic webinar, I think. We're so fantastic. Yes, we're the claps. Woo! I'll see you again next Friday. My students will see me again next Monday night. And they hate me because I put in so much work, but they learn now they're learning to speak investor. So it's amazing. I'll see you all next Friday then, or next Saturday. You want to join the underwriting class. Thank you for your generosity, Ari, and for your time. I'm honored to have you. It's not going to be the last one, so you're going to keep me somewhere often. Frank, I need your email, okay? I need everybody's emails. No link. I need everybody's emails so I can get the PropStream. I put that in the comments. If you want PropStream, I need your email in the comments or to me so we can actually give you instructions. And it's not a link to join. It's a private details. So it's not something that we can scale. It's kind of private. Fantastic. Thank you. Yes. No email, no PropStream. Let it flow. So that's it. What else? More music. Okay, now are listening. Thank you. Yes, no, happy to. And the idea for this is that everybody, take the most advantage as possible. I most likely this is going to be recorded and I'm going to put it in YouTube. If that's okay with you, Ari? Okay, because our YouTube channel keeps getting subscription, so that's like fantastic, very cool.
Yeah,
And if you're interested, in learning more about office to co-living conversion, I have people doing that right now that you want to tap into it. So do what people are not doing, because that's what the blue ocean is about. Like, okay, so try there to do different, and you might get different results than everybody else. Not doing the same things as everybody else, so you got different results. Oh, see, now I see the emails flowing. Thank you. My YouTube channel is the same, CoLiving Cashflow. Frank. Okay, I think we're done with the emails. Gracias, people. Happy Friday. Ciao. Aloha. Aloha. Yeah, bye. Ciao. Bye.